when it's been so long since you've done an episode that you don't even know where to start. That's when you're...
I don't care what JRock thinks, honestly.
Hey everybody, JRock the GameRocker here with another episode of Between a Rock and a Hard Place, episode 56. It's been a long time since I've done one of these, the longest gap I've had between a Rock and a Hard Place episodes to date. And I'll get a little bit into the reason why. But before I get into the whole episode today, I want to send out some thanks to some friends. First off, I want to thank my friend Oscar. Oscar helped me out big time and helped replace my laser on my Sega Saturn so that would work because that wasn't reading discs. So thank you, Oscar. He actually took the laser out of his Sega Saturn to see if it would work in mine, and it did. And so he let me keep that in there, and I ordered a replacement part. And so thanks, Oscar, for hooking me up with the Saturn part so I can play my Saturn now. And another thanks to my friend Will, who Oscar and Will are buddies too, so we're all buddies together. But thanks to Will for trying to hook me up with a copy of Crash Bandicoot 2 for the PlayStation 1 for the Cartridge Club Game of the Month last month, but sadly it didn't work on my PS1. I do know sometimes when you're burning PS1 games it can be a little finicky. I've tried to do it myself without much success. But yeah, thanks Will anyways for trying to hook me up with that, man. You're awesome. You definitely help me out all the time, so thanks for that attempt there, buddy. Now let's get into things. Big episode, so let's get into it. I am now jobless. I did not get hired over at the other warehouse. My warehouse closed down, and there was a possibility of moving to another location or just, you know, being laid off and given a severance, which is what happened to me. I'm not going to toot my own horn here, but maybe I am a little. I'm one of the hardest working guys in a place when I'm there, okay? And you can see in the number stats at this place that I was the top percentage for producers. And they even said that in the meeting. They said, "You've been one of our top producers for the last few years, but we've decided to go another way." So it just goes to show you kids that even if you work your ass off, that doesn't matter to some people. So that sort of sucks. But hey, I'm glad to be done with the company that really, I felt like I was losing my life there. To be honest, it was afternoon shifts, evenings. I didn't get to see my wife during the week at nighttime, which sucked. So now that I'm off, I do have a severance from them, so I'm not stressing out. I'm looking for other work. Pickings are slim out there though, but I got a few friends that are looking to help me out, and I'm just trying to get out there, hit the pavement and stuff. So a little bit of a life change, but it's sort of for the better. When you're in a place for years and years and it's like going nowhere, you're not going to get anywhere, you should probably leave. Little life lesson there. And I stuck it out to the end because I got a little bit of a severance, and that's nice when that happens. This is really the first time that's happened in my life, so don't have to stress about bills and stuff. But yeah, I'm free of that place, and so that's why I've been sort of taking it easy for the last little bit. Been spending a lot more time with the wife and just sort of relaxing, trying to you know, just relax, take it easy instead of freaking out. My wife and I, we went to Niagara Falls last weekend. It was great to get away. We had a night in a nice hotel. She won the Wag Jag or something in a contest. So we went to a nice hotel overlooking the falls. Went down a walk down there to look at that. And we also went out to a nice steak dinner, steak and lobster. Pretty expensive, but part of that wag jag was some money off of an entree or something. It's just to get you in the door, right? They're all partners with each other. I know the scam. So we went to a chocolate place that makes chocolate. Very delicious. Grabbed a few things. We went to a place called Sugar Mountain in Niagara Falls, and it's a candy store, and they got a whole bunch of like American candy and stuff that you don't get here in Canada, and we spent a lot of money, like $60 on candy.
Abba Zabba, you're my only friend.
Yeah, we're adulting. We also checked out a wax museum, and what else did we do? Yeah, there was a little voucher for the casino. We went in the casino. We messed around on a few different slot machines. You know, you keep pumping the money in there. It gives you a little bit. Oh, you go, you lose. Oh, it gives you a little bit more. You end up losing it all anyways. So we just used our voucher they gave us for the casino. Didn't spend any of our money on that. But it's sort of a depressing atmosphere to go in there, and everyone's just sort of sitting at their machine, just pressing the slot machine button, waiting for their big payday. And you can tell some of these people it's their full-time jobs. So yeah, casinos, kind of a depressing scene. But yeah, Niagara Falls vacation, it was awesome to get away and spend some quality time with the wife, away from all our problems, out of town. And yeah, we also went to a wine tasting at one of the wineries. There's a lot of those here in Ontario. This is actually the fruit belt of Canada here. There's a lot of wineries. So one of the ones we went to, Enniskillen Wineries, we tried a whole bunch of their stuff, and one of the best things we tried was their ice wine. I don't know if you've ever tried ice wine, but it is like delicious homemade grape juice. If you ever had homemade grape juice, except this stuff will get you drunk. So ice wine is when they grow the grapes into the winter, and they harvest it when the grapes are like frozen, and it's super sweet, super delicious, and it's expensive. We got a bottle because we tasted it and liked it so much, and it was like $30 for like not even 2 glasses. It was like less than 2 half glasses. It's super sweet stuff. They tell you not to drink a lot of it because it's super sweet. I would say don't drink a lot of it because it's super expensive. But ice wine's good. Try ice wine. So yeah, that's what's been going on with me in my life, just on the job hunt. So, you know, wish me luck on that front. Now, content-related stuff, things that have been going on online. I was a guest on the Retro Fandango podcast a few weeks ago now. It's a long time ago now since I did one of these episodes, so I'm a little behind on everything, letting you know what's going on. The Retro Fandango podcast, I was on there with Ramvox and Vintage Video Game Geek, and there was no Buried on Mars this time. He couldn't make it, so it was the first Retro Fandango without him, and I was asked to be there as the Kimmy Gibbler of the show. I'm experienced with the fandangling, sorry. So Richard Ramvox asked me on, and yeah, I had a good old time talking about a whole bunch of different stuff. I can't even remember now. It's been so long, but go check that out. Links down below. And subscribe to the Retro Fandango and Cartridge Club feed on whatever you listen to podcasts on. And then also another collaboration thing. Yesterday, I was over at my buddy Schizophrenic's place, and we've streamed before, and we did a stream yesterday. We played Donkey Kong Country for Super Nintendo, and we streamed for almost 2 hours, I think. So we had a few people come in. It was sort of an impromptu, hey, we're live, so it wasn't really planned or anything, because he's my neighbor. I just go on over there. And yeah, Kevin from Buried on Mars was there, and Yoshi Knuckles was there. So thanks you guys for coming by. And it was a fun time. You can go on to his channel and check that out right here. Links down below. And then stuff going on with my channel. Since it has been a long time since I did a Between a Rock and a Hard Place episode, but there has been a few different things going on. I uploaded my Levelor commercial that I was in when I was 4. Look at me, Mr. Hollywood. That was a lot of fun to upload, so if you missed that, go check that out there. Commercial I was in when I was 4 for a blind company. Go figure. And then also, I have reinvigorated my pickup series called JRock's Game Grabs. Right here, you can check out that last one, and I have another one coming up soon to be uploaded. But yeah, I kind of lost track of doing pickups. My pickup videos, I actually have a long list of files of pickup videos that I actually recorded and never released. I'm wondering if I should. Do you think I should? But also I was doing my pickups in my Between a Rock and a Hard Place episodes, and yeah, I just think I'm going to separate them, make them different kinds of videos. Different videos, more variety, it's good for everybody. And then I also started a new series called Let's Rock Some Games, because somebody suggested to me that I play some more games on my channel, and why the heck not? I'm not going to do that anymore on Between a Rock and a Hard Place. I may show you some gameplay footage or whatever, but I'm not going to do like any play-along things. I'm going to do certain videos for that, and that's going to get me to play through more of my games in my collection. Like, there's a lot of them that I need to play, and this will help. And also, I'll be able to have some people come over, more friends involved in videos, so I'm looking forward to that, co-op experiences. And have more people on the channel. So yeah, that last Let's Rock video, Let's Rock Some Games, was Metal Gear Solid 5, which is actually what I'm playing! Yeah, what I'm playing, Metal Gear Solid 5, is crack. I am addicted to it. I can't pull myself away to play some other things sometimes that I really should be playing some other things. But it's hard to pull myself away from Phantom Pain. What a great game. And if you play it, you know what I'm talking about. Keeps you going. Also, I've been playing Diablo 3 with my wife. We have System Link 2 screens, and we've just been going through. I helped her beat the expansion, all the acts for that, and now we're just doing bounties and leveling her up to, you know, max level so we can start really farming for some cool gear. And then also, I've been playing on my PSP. Got my PSP here. Final Fantasy, the 20th anniversary release for PlayStation Portable. They updated the graphics to look very Super Nintendo-esque with some cutscenes, and they really updated some of the gameplay. So, big fan of that game, and I'm a real big fan of PSP because you can just turn on. Oh, and look, that's where I was last. Turn it off, put it in your pocket. I haven't played this in days, but that's where I was last. That's the good thing about PSPs. They just on and off, save your progress. So Final Fantasy, big fan of that game, playing it again, loving it. And what I'm going to be playing tonight is for the Cartridge Club, Nier for Xbox 360. I'm not sure what else. I think it's only Xbox 360. I don't know, I'm not an expert, but I have played a little bit of this game. I tasted it when I bought it, but I didn't continue with it. This is going to give me the opportunity to play through it. I just got to pull myself away from Metal Gear Solid 5. But yeah, RPG by Square Enix, and from what I understand, it's sort of like, there's hack and slash elements. It's like an action RPG like that. But yeah, we'll see what it's all about. Cool art style. And go on over to cartridgeclub.org to talk to other people playing this game. So yeah, that's what I'm playing. Now let's move on to the Word of the Week! It's been so long since we've had a word to discuss. And this time, I got another suggestion from Mr. Steven EIDHER from CapMax Gaming. He always suggests interesting words. The word of the week this week is salubrious.
Salubrious. Salubrious.
Salubrious means health-giving or healthy, favorable or promoting health. It's inherently a good thing. So thanks, Steven, for giving me this salubrious word.
Sure, why not?
Salubrious itself is very salubrious. Learning a new word is salubrious. So thank you, Steven, and your suggestions are always welcome. And hey, anybody out there, you got some cool words you like, and you want me to feature them as a word of the week, let me know down below. Let me know anything down below.
thank you so much for sticking with us here.
So let's move on to the YouTube shout out of the week. And the YouTube shout out of the week this week is Vintage Video Game Geek. Oh, Vintage. He's been around YouTube a while. He's a bit of a wheel, hey, a bit of a wheel. But he does reviews, console overviews, event vids, even reaction vids. He's shown his face recently, which blew everyone's mind. Everyone's Vintage Video Game Geek's face. But yeah, he's one half of the Retro Rejects podcast. If you don't know what that podcast is, they just had their last one, sadly, but there is a backlog of stuff for you to go listen to. There's even a few that I haven't listened to myself. Sorry, Vintage. He does that podcast with NES Complex. Well, he did do that podcast. But yeah, Vintage is very knowledgeable. He speaks in movie quotes, and he's a bit of a smart ass. Yeah, a bit of a smart ass. No, but I love you, Vintage. You're a hilarious dude. We were on Fandango, like I said earlier. Everybody talking about Retro Fandango podcast. Vintage was on there, so it's a fit that he should be my YouTube shout out of the week, because you know he does some great vids on YouTube, and sort of look up to you there, buddy. Sort of look up to you, and a lot of people in the community do. So now let's all stop petting Vintage Video Game Geek's butt and take a question from the viewer. That's right, a question from the viewer. And the question from the viewer this time is from Jennifer Grab. Hello, Jennifer. Thank you for being a new subscriber. I like when people are new subs and they let me know that it's, this is the first video that you've seen or whatever. That's cool to find that out. So her question is, I'm interested in starting a YouTube channel showing off my collection and cool finds. Been growing for years. Just recently, last year, got back into collecting my childhood games. My question would be how you get started. So how you get started with a YouTube channel? Well, first off, if you have a phone, great. Use that phone for a camera. Get yourself a little tripod or find some way to set up your phone. Sit in front of your camera or whatever you have and do a little video for your first video for your channel. Just talk about yourself a bit. Your name, of course, and what you're into. Things you want to do with your channel. Just talk to the camera. Get comfortable talking to the camera about yourself. And then post that on YouTube and find a cool community online that you can share that with. And there's a lot out there. Of course, I will always fly the flag for the Cartridge Club. CartridgeClub.org. There's forums there where you can introduce yourself. And there's a lot of great communities out there that are really welcoming to new content creators, and that's just one of them. But yeah, find your little community online there and interact with people, and definitely watch other people's videos that have similar interests, and get to know them, and maybe get some tips off, exchange tips with people and ideas. So that's my answer to you, Jennifer. Good question, and best of luck. Hopefully you do your channel. Sit in front of the camera, talk about yourself, and put that up on the YouTubes. Now it's time for my question for the viewer, and my question for you is a little serious this week. But since I'm looking for a job, what are some of your tips when you're job hunting? What are some of your tips and tricks? Some of your techniques? What do you like to do when you're looking for work? I'm just hate doing it. I hate doing it. I could sell myself in person. I hate putting it on paper, little resume. Oh, I did this for this amount of time, and hey, put me in front of a person and I get that job. But yeah, what are your tips and tricks for looking for a job? Anyways, guys, thanks for coming by for this episode, this big episode. It feels big. It feels like I talked about a lot of shit today. So sorry about that. I'm looking at my timer and it's way over 10 minutes here. Sorry, Cartridge Bros. P1. P1 is overseas fighting for our country. Thank you, buddy. And yeah, this has been JRock. keep on rocking them games.
Save point. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't know. What do you think about Candy Kong? Oh, hey Candy. What's going on, baby? Hey. I have seen the top of the mountain. It is good.